This is Pallas for Pallas on Air on Cruise to the Edge, and we're listening to the iconic Dutch progressive rock band Focus. Here they are. This is Pallas from Pallas on Air on Cruise to the Edge 2017, and I'm sitting here enjoying a yodeling lesson from SIR Thijs van Leer from the band Focus, and they've been giving beautiful, beautiful performances here on board tonight. Such a pleasure to meet you, and an honor.
It's mutual.
Thank you, thank you. So, I mean, you've been around a long time, your band.
Yep.
And there was some time off, and then you came back. But I was reading you got your start with a Dutch production of the musical Hair.
Yeah, we were the nuclear band of a 9-piece band, and the 4 of us were, the nucleus of that. There were some horns in it and a second guitar, but we had a quartet, and that was Focus. And we did every night. We played Hair.
Right.
In a big circus tent in Amsterdam.
In Amsterdam.
Yep. And so we had time to rehearse our own stuff, our own Focus material, because in the afternoons we had our gear there, and we didn't have to pay rent for the rehearsal room because it was on the spot.
So you took advantage of the opportunity.
It's true.
Well, there you go.
Yep. Yeah.
Nice.
And so that's actually where we started, and so it was actually in December '69 that we had our very first performance under the name Focus. But I always say we are a 70s band, because if I say '69, they say it's a 60s band.
No.
But I was still in school, so that was impossible.
Right. And then the mega hit Hocus Pocus came out in, was that '71?
Yeah.
And that really put Focus on the map, right?
For America, yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. We had already a hit in Europe called House of the King, which is a thing with a flute.
Do you want to play?
Yeah, I could try. Yeah.
Thank you for bringing your instrument.
That takes some time to put it together here. It's a 3-part instrument.
It's beautiful.
Yep. It's an American one, by the way.
Very nice.
American Pearl. Maybe you remember the song. It goes like this. Crazy.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Okay.
Beautiful.
That was our very first hit, but then we made Hocus Pocus, and that suddenly hit the whole world. It was amazing.
And it's people who don't remember the actual title. Everyone says, "Oh, it's that yodeling song," and the idea for you to yodel came spontaneously. Is that right?
It's true. Yeah, the guitarist started.
Such a great riff.
He did that 4 times, and it was great. I thought, wow, what a riff!
It's my favorite song right now, honestly.
It was great. And then he did bow down 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 down, and the drummer started and I started. Twice, and then I did very high thing. Really. And nowadays I can't sing that high anymore, but the public does it for me.
That's so great.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
That's so great. Yeah. Seriously, I just said it, but I mean it. That is my favorite song to rock out to right now.
Wow, amazing.
And but Focus had some time off, and then there was a resurgence. Was it around the World Cup in around 2002? Was it?
No, 2001 we started again. So that's the second Focus is already much older than the first one.
Yeah.
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 And we started in Brazil, of all places, because we never played Brazil before. Great, thank you. There's a drink coming this way. Beautiful. And
a little Red Bull
so
Light
that
on
was
ice.
great
There you
because we
go.
never did Brazil, and we were very kind of big in Brazil, many fans, but we never wanted to play there because we had to take money with us, because there was people said that you can play in front of the Brazilians, but they don't pay. So that was a kind of a problem.
Yeah.
So, but after 2000, in the new millennium, we went there, and it was a huge success.
Fantastic.
We did in big halls and sport arenas, and it was really. The Brazilians are full of music.
Yes.
They are.
Music, dancing culture.
They make music in the street, in the little pubs. They play on with knives and forks, and they have orchestras, and they sing all together. It's amazing.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
How are you enjoying performing on Cruise to the Edge?
I enjoy it thoroughly. I mean, 101%.
You gave the most beautiful speech the other night. It was so touching. It was, and I really want to speak about that. It was so touching. Your appreciation to the fans. You stopped. It seemed like it was all over, and you went back. You took the microphone, and you said, "We feel at home here."
Yeah,
Thank
that was
you.
really meant.
Everybody felt it.
And I said it on behalf of the group. I mean, we feel that here. We are so much accepted here, and so much part of you all. You know, we feel so much at home.
It's an extraordinary community. I mean, Cruise to the Edge. The genre of progressive rock. It's like one big extended family, and the fans are passionate about the music, and they're highly opinionated, and they have their allegiances and stuff like that. But I really understand what you mean, and this concept of this cruise is beautiful. I mean, especially for people who are empty nesters, you know, and they have some time and maybe some money, and the concept of bringing the bands here and the experience to interact with the artists in a way that otherwise wouldn't happen.
True.
You know, it's extraordinary.
Very beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted, what I'm doing with each artist that I'm interviewing, I just want to speak for one moment about, I mean, we've lost so many of our beloved heroes in the genre recently.
Yeah.
You know, Keith Emerson and Greg Lake and Chris Squire and most recently John Wetton. So I wanted to ask you...
But also other people like Prince.
Prince and Bowie and David Bowie. And
Prince was my favorite of all. And that was also prog music in a way.
I understand what you mean.
I always wonder what prog is. The only real prog musician to me already died also. That was Frank Zappa. He combined rock and roll with modern classical music. And that was prog to me.
Brilliant.
You know, and all the prog that came after Frank Zappa is like a copy. Sorry to say.
That's okay. You can
It's terrible
go ahead.
to say
No,
that.
not really. No.
Yeah. But Zappa was the
originator?
I think so.
You think?
Yeah. Yeah. And we always played some songs of his, and with much pleasure and much admiration for the man. Yeah.
He was a crazy genius.
But now talking about Emerson and Greg Lake.
Chris Squire.
It's too bad that they went.
Yeah.
And what can I say? We think in a very, very beautiful and positive way about them. And we pray for them that they have a better life than even here on Earth. So
I'm thinking they're having a hell of a jam session up there.
maybe beautiful.
Yeah. Focus has a new album. Yeah, it just came out.
Yeah, I have a new album.
You have a new album?
Yeah, it's called SIR THIJS VAN LEER. I'm a Sir.
Sir?
Yep.
Are you Sir?
Yep.
From the
Queen of Holland gave me
the Queen Beatrix.
Beatrice.
Now we're
My
gonna
daughter is
do it.
called Bernice, but she was Beatrix.
So I'm going to speak with you in Dutch in a minute, but
Yeah.
so we're doing this.
Okay.
So for the Queen of Holland, Queen Beatrix,
Beatrix.
Beatrix,
Yeah.
you're a sir.
Yep.
When did that happen? Please tell that story.
Yeah, it happened like 4 years ago.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And there was a surprise party, and my wife said you have to take your flute with you, and there was a few musicians, and then they open the door and you have to start playing. I say, what? Oh, you know the song, she said. So I came in a very little church in my village where I live, and I heard a beautiful playing on the organ, on a very old organ. And I think, wow, that's Bert van der Brink, my great friend, who is a brilliant pianist. I think the best we have in Holland. And he played a song of mine.
Oh,
He
nice.
said, it's impossible. It must be Bert. And then they opened the door and all my family was there sitting, radiating, flown in from very far.
Was this a surprise? You didn't know?
No, I didn't
Oh
know
wow.
anything.
Wow.
Oh, and then I tried to play along with that song, but I
Yeah.
couldn't because I was crying.
Oh.
And I sat down, first row, and then the mayor of our village started to talk about icons. I thought, okay, this is probably the opening of a cultural season or something. And then he said suddenly, also you, Mr. Van Leer, you are an icon. Huh? Please come here. And then he gave me the ornaments.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
En geblesteerd.
So this,
Yeah.
the latest album is actually a solo album I did live in
Nice.
England. Behind the piano I told my life story. And Menno, our guitarist, the one that was not on this tour,
Right.
because he is
Oh,
sick,
I want to ask
he
you
is
about that.
joining me on acoustic guitar
Right.
for the Focus songs we do on
Nice.
that album. It's a 3-double album.
In fact, I thank you for reminding me. I wanted to ask you because, I mean, Focus sounds amazing on Cruise to the Edge, and then I learned from Geert, your sound engineer and tour manager, that 2 of the guys jumped in really at the last minute for this, which was amazing because you guys sounded so tight.
Yeah,
So one
that's
was
a great compliment. Thank you.
absolutely. So the bass player jumped in. Udo,
Bass
is that
player
correct?
jumped in half a month ago,
Wow.
and he plays like wonderful. And the guitarist jumped in 2 days ago.
But didn't he play with you a number of years ago,
Yeah.
and then not like nothing in between?
He created with us Focus 8, and that was more than 10 years ago.
Wow.
So a few songs were still in the hands or in the
yeah,
mind.
somewhere.
But he had to study like 2 days in a row,
Wow.
and he played real fantastic.
Would
I'd
never
like
have
to
known,
thank
honestly.
him again.
Yeah, you guys were really tight, so
Yeah.
deep respect.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank you so much. We're going to wrap
Thank
up our
you.
interview in English.
Great. Okay. Thank you.
So this is Pallas with Thijs van Leer from Focus. Again?
Again. Amazing. You can do it. Be my stand-in.
I would love to jam. Can I sing back? Can I yodel back up for you?
Let's give that a serious thought.